and welcome back to Lunatic Reviews. No time for that. Today is the third and final installment of this 3-part special. Back at East High, it's now senior year. We begin with a basketball game, the final game of the season. Apparently, the East High Wildcats are lagging behind a bit on the scoreboard. During break, the boys sulk in the locker room, but naturally, they're pepped up by the coach and Troy.
Guys, we've only got 16 minutes left in Wildcat uniform. So make them count.
We're all going to remember the next 16 minutes for a long time after we leave East High. So it's now or never. What team? Wildcat! What team?
I'm getting so tired of hearing what team. We got a song. And of course, they win the state championship. I so don't care. Later that evening, they celebrate with a big house party, but not before Troy's car breaks down.
I'm saving for a new fuel pump. Save faster.
What, Chad? A little manual labor is too much for you? We meet some dopey freshmen, juniors, whomever.
Hey Troy, great house, bro. Your room is way cool.
You were in my room?
I just took a picture. I'm doing mine the same way.
You're just gonna be really annoying throughout this movie, aren't you? Yeah. Troy and Gabriella escape the crowd by retreating to Troy's old tree house.
This place is so cool.
Me and my dad built it.
Where they talk about college.
You know, my mom and I have been talking about Stanford University pretty much since I was born.
Yeah, you're already in.
And sing together.
Made a wish come true.
Oh yeah, is where I should be too.
I wish a whole band would break into the background when I'm singing at home. Troy's mom summons him and Gabriella down, and the two abide, of course. And I'm guessing the party went on merrily since it just abruptly cuts to the next day at school. Sharpay arrives with an over-embellished entrance.
Shot to the heart, and you're too late, darling. You give love a bad name.
She runs into Troy and Chad and gives us what I'm predicting will be the best line throughout the film.
So, when's the big game?
Yesterday.
Oh well, good luck.
Love it. This year she has not one, but 2 lockers. Gah! And everything is pink. Can we say overload? I mean, come on, I love pink. But Jesus. At least I compliment my pinks with other colors. Holy shit. So Sharpay gets a new British lackey.
Noticed on the board that you're in need of a personal assistant.
My apologies to all of Britain. I did check, however, and at least the actress is actually from England. Sharpay's British lackey's name is Tiara. Her proficiency impresses Sharpay, and she's hired on the spot. Meanwhile, Troy has a stalker. Okay.
Can I have your gym locker? What?
I'm guessing he's a junior, but I don't know or care. In homeroom, aka theater, everyone is still there. Amazing their different schedules haven't conflicted. Announcements are made by Taylor regarding prom and the yearbook. Sharpay announces she wants to do a one-woman show, and Kelsey immediately enlists everyone in the class, much to their dismay. And Sharpay's. They all give Kelsey their excuses.
Look, I'll be retaking my finals 2 or 3 times every day to
We've got
nail
a
for my
yearbook
family.
to edit, so no.
And Gabriella sides with her, convincing everyone to partake.
This is our last chance to do something together. All of us.
Through a few grumbles, of course.
Oh, yippee.
Sharpay continues to pout. That's what she does best. During this time, we learned the theme of the spring musical.
It's about all of you.
By the way, I absolutely loathe the way Darbus says musical.
The spring musical!
Ugh, it makes me sick. Stop it. This year's theme is senior year with different acts, or at least for those of you who aren't familiar with theater jargon, segments, based upon certain events that represent senior year. Well, in this movie's case, events that represent certain cast members. Darbus informs them that this will be no ordinary showing. Opening night will see 2 representatives from Juilliard to observe 4 applicants at East High.
Miss Sharpay Evans.
I'm already packed.
Mr. Ryan Evans. Miss Kelsey Nielsen.
And to everyone's surprise, including his,
Mr. Troy Bolton.
the catch is only one of those 4 will actually receive the scholarship.
Juilliard will be sending representatives to observe our show.
How nice of these representatives to fly from New York City to Albuquerque, New Mexico. Why, Sharpay really starts small. During the lunchroom performance, it's clear that the budget has definitely increased.
It's open calling. Again.
And the Oprah Winfrey Show no longer exists. How nice. Sharpay plots with Ryan. Again, what's her angle this time? She wants the better songs in the production.
So you make certain we get those songs.
You really bounce all over the place, don't you? Wanting to sabotage the callbacks to wanting to steal somebody else's boyfriend to wanting to steal the better songs. You really have no consistency, do you? You're just greedy, that's your motive. The next morning, Taylor approaches and she reveals that Gabriella may not even be around for the show, being that she's up for Stanford's special honors program. I'm not really sure what Taylor says.
Have you told anyone you're up for Stanford's freshman honors program?
Did anyone else get that? Gabriella hasn't told anyone, Troy calls her, and she leaves Taylor to meet Troy at his secret hideout. Ugh. More sickly cuteness from Gabriella and Troy, and another song for the 2 of them.
Won't you promise
me that you'll never forget?
Well, they've all definitely had singing lessons since the first film, that's for sure. Because they all sound so much better. Vanessa Hudgens' voice still bothers me, but it's definitely better than the first. During their singing, the rain appears out of nowhere. What is this serious obsession with singing in the rain? Or falling water?
Oh, come on.
And how nice that they get to go to class soaking wet. In the boys' locker room, Troy and Chad give up their lockers to the 2 annoying boys that want to take their place after they graduate. For a price.
It's like you said, you gotta earn them. Wait, what's that supposed to mean?
Hey, God! I'm a bag!
They earn their lockers by chasing after Troy and Chad to get their clothes back, running through the school in nothing but a towel, only to wind up on stage in the auditorium and somehow being volunteered to partake in the production.
Bold choice, gentlemen.
Yes, this scene was so funny and means so much to the plot. The next day at school, Chad tries to invite Taylor to prom, but it doesn't go over well at first.
Oh, honey, if that's what you call an invitation, you'll be dancing with yourself.
At lunch, Chad tries again with a little assist from Troy.
Yo! Oh. My friend has something to say. Taylor McKessie, will you please be my date to the senior prom?
It's actually pretty cute. Yeah, I didn't even go to my senior prom and I hardly regret it.
Hi, boy!
What school allows students to bring their dogs? Troy convinces his little stalker that Sharpay has a crush on him.
You didn't hear this from me, alright? But she has a secret crush on you.
A secret crush on me?
Of course, just to get him out of his hair. Tiara and Rocket Man, as he's referred to, are made understudies, and the two bicker while his little friend stands behind him.
I wouldn't sing with you if I was starving and you were the last pickle at the picnic.
Wanna go to lunch sometime?
Gay. Gabriella is, of course, accepted to the special program at Stanford. Tiara overhears them squeal about it, informs Sharpay. Sharpay prints out the page from the website in regards to Gabriella being accepted. Ryan asks Kelsey to prom. Sharpay thinks it's a ploy just to get the better songs. Troy and Chad go to a junkyard to get some spare parts for Troy's truck.
Get back to the place when you know it.
Okay. It's a shame these really good beats had to be used in such a heinous musical. Nice moves though. Suddenly they're 8. What the fuck? The next day at school at Troy's locker. Nice headshot. I don't know any teenage boys that don't have perfect headshots of their girlfriends taped in their locker. Sharpay approaches and very nonchalantly tells Troy about Gabriella missing the show.
Who better than Troy Bolton to encourage her to accept the honor? Since the only thing possibly holding her back would be you.
Wow, Sharpay. That's smooth. And low. But I suppose nothing is too low for you, right? By the way, that is an absolutely hideous dress. You should be murdered for it. So Troy and Gabriella have a picnic in her bedroom. They discuss her going to Stanford. Troy leaves, and Gabriella sings to herself again. Wow. She has a lot of candles. Troy retreats to his spot on the rooftop of the school. Gabriella leaves town to go to take part in the program. Please, we all know that she's going to show up just in time for the show. Rehearsal carries on. Sharpay gets to play Gabriella, and Tiara gets to play Sharpay. That's not confusing at all. Back at home, Troy shoots some hoops with his dad, and they talk. Well, they argue.
I'm not a little kid anymore, Dad. You raised me to make my own choices, and I need to make them.
Troy escapes to the school to find some solace. To vent, he breaks into song, and this is actually a pretty good liberation song.
Gotta make 'em fall, just to break through 'em all I'm pushing.
You sing it, boy. Tell that silence, confusion, and whatnot who's boss. You know, lightning isn't actually that frequent.
Don't know where to go, what's the right thing?
How very, very footloose. very. Well, it turns out he's not alone. Dargis is in the auditorium. She offers Troy some words of wisdom.
Trust one's instincts, and that takes courage.
Troy contemplates for a while. We see Gabriella at Stanford and the theater rehearsing. Gabriella breaks up with Troy again. Oh my god. Females are entitled to change their mind, but this is just ridiculous. This is the third time that they've broken up. Stop it. It's just irritating. Because we all know they're not gonna break up. Determined, Troy shows up in a tree at Stanford to have prom with Gabriella. They get yet another duet together. They somehow make it back in time for the second act of the show. Don't ask me how they do it, since Stanford, I believe, is in California, yet their school is in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's amazing to me that Troy's truck didn't collapse. Rocket Man tries to put moves on Sharpay to no avail. After Sharpay runs away, Rocket Man receives a text from Troy saying he will be late. Being that he's Troy's understudy, Rocket Man goes catatonic. The musical begins, some fun goes on when Sharpay has to perform with Rocket Man. No one told Sharpay. Well, somebody tried.
Hasn't anybody told you that Troy...
Go!
Of course, she didn't let him.
London Academy of Dramatic Arts. I took the job with you to learn the ropes at East High. Now I have.
Wouldn't you gain more at a specialty school than you would at a public school? What's your motive?
It's gonna be alright.
So Sharpay shows up to Tierra. Because, I mean, really, she's been a bitch all of her life. Hello. Sharpay opts to go to the University of Albuquerque. Ryan and Kelsey get accepted to Juilliard. Taylor goes to Yale. Troy goes to California, where Gabriella will be. For some unknown reason, Chad disappears from the stage to the gym. Don't know why. They break into an impressive closing number, reenact the movie posters, and then stand around for a bit. Okay, final curtains close. Wait, what happens between Zeke and Sharpay? If you aren't going to follow through with this relationship, then why would you even allude to one to begin with? Final verdict? It was good. To me, the movies got better as they went on because 2 and 3 weren't even close to the horrendous first film. I mean, that movie was just terrible. No exaggeration. Well, you guys, that's it for this triple feature. I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.